If I'm going to be frank with you, I think Bukola Saraki is damaged goods. He lacks the requisite propriety to preside over the Senate. I know he's a very ambitious fellow, but ambition has to be temperated, by probity, transparency, and integrity. Its antecedents are not endearing. His role with Société Générale, and then, of course, his governance in Kwara State, his track record has raised a lot of questions. I'm worried that you have somebody with such questionable character presiding over an important arm of government, that is the National Assembly, specifically the Senate of the Federal Republic. As lawyers will say, you can't give what you don't have. And so he lacks the necessary profile to take charge of the Senate. The concept of vote of no confidence or vote of confidence goes to no issue in a presidential system. In a parliamentary system, you can talk of the vote of confidence of the members of the House. But in fact, that he had to engineer a vote of confidence gives the impression that he is suffering from serious inconvenience because his integrity has been called into question. I remember in 1979 when the UPN, I think, was in power, and we had elected for Lagos Alhaji Lateef Jakonde. When he was overthrown like the others in 1983, a reporter, I think a BBC reporter, visited Alhaji Jakonde and said, Alhaji Jakonde, I've just left governor, so to speak, Oyebode, who had lorry loads of what you call kill and go protecting him. And there was no police protection for Alhaji Jakonde. And Jakonde said, a popularly elected government does not require police protection. So the fact that you are asking your confederates to pass a vote of confidence in you smacks of the lack of, in fact, integrity. You are running from pillar to post. And the Turkish foreign minister during the Crimean War said that a drowning man will clutch at a serpent. So he should not advertise that vote of confidence as meaning that he has been washed clean of all the allegations against him. I think, as I said, it's damaged goods. I don't see him recovering from this particular trauma that he has found himself in. Your public image, of course, is important, and that is one thing the Senate has to probe into. And that is one reason I said that somebody like Bukola Saraki, who is being indicted for malfeasance, does not have the leg to stand on to be probing other people's probity. It's like a charade. That's precisely what I'm saying. If you have been found wanting or you are alleged to have done certain things untoward, according to international best practices, decency demands that you step aside. If I were Bukola Saraki, I would have stepped aside, okay, and allowed somebody, to take charge. Now it's making a mockery of the tenets of public probity, and integrity by the way he's carrying on. I'm not impressed by that guy. I believe that Buhari is fully seized of the moment, and he will do what he plans to do. I have been worried about some of his appointments, and I've said so in as many words, that his appointments have not been so encouraging. I'm worried about his being petroleum minister. You can see the Senate, they want to rattle him. They say they are going to, he has to present himself as a potential minister, and they're going to interrogate him. That will be doing grave damage and insult to the office of President of the Republic. So maybe he should have second thoughts on making himself Minister of Petroleum. I don't know why he should remove, for instance, the Group Managing Director of NNPC and make him a minister. The guy is doing a wonderful job, and I should look for somebody else to be minister and just keep him there. So there are all sorts of rough edges with the Buhari administration. But I think he will triumph over these rough edges. I told a reporter not too long ago that Buhari is just revving at the wrong way for his plane to take off and assume cruise level altitude. So right now he's just